aligned, focused. Like that's pretty good. Yeah, perfect. And like awesome. So it's good to see so many people from the weeks coming in, and I'm going to cover a lot of stuff. So this week we're kind of talk about conversions and stuff, and kind of really focus on like what makes what you need to do as you go through this journey. So we kind of want to summarize here a little bit, and like I'm going to jump in and share screen. So let me know when you can see my screen in the chat box. Just check out one pivot. So let me know in the chat box. I mean, before I do this, let me move this over so I can actually read your questions as they come in. So I have the questions here. So if I look this way, it's the Google Doc. Let me know. Pivot, thank you, Kamala. I appreciate it. Pivot. Okay, cool. So what I really want to do here is just to walk you through the doc. Before the end of today, we'll put the sign up link for next week's session in. Here are all the replays. I'm putting all the replays on this page. Week 2 is here. The doc will always be under the top video. This is week 1. Right here. They're about an hour long, but this one's a little bit longer because it was traffic. It's deeper, so feel free. And like I said, I've always got the scroll bar there, so you can scroll through the chit chatter. 2 weeks. Perfect. So that's good. And then obviously the doc is obviously here. I'm going to drop it in the chat again, and then I'll drop it to you, my friend. Perfect. And we'll kind of go through that. So that's there. Obviously, the fill out links. This is all here. The Nicholas stuff, the production document for the prompt for ChatGPT, the result, all that good stuff. Then on week 2, we had the ChatGPT development landing page, all that stuff in there as well. And then the topics and stuff so you can kind of follow along. So now we get into week 3, talk about conversions and the next steps to results. So there's a lot of stuff that's available here that's going to be kind of long term. So one of the big things that I'm really focused on helping you guys is to develop the easiest way to success is to start giving stuff away for free, right? So one of the biggest things that kind of kept me moving on was just seeing results. It didn't necessarily need to be money in the bank or commission in my account. Sometimes all I needed to see was just a subscriber end up on my list. Okay, so that's been really, really important for me, is just seeing progress. So one of the biggest progresses you can do here, because I know a lot of people messaged me, like, shared that they hadn't, life got in the way and some things like that, and that's 100% fine. And that will happen. You just know that you have to have a cutoff time where you're going to sit down and focus on stuff. So one of the big things for me was like learning a page builder, or learning to build a page, or having a page go live, right? So for me, I use Convertri. That's one of the apps that I use, right? So if we go into my Convertri account, like, you'll see all the stuff I've built here, over the years. Like, I've had this account since 2015. You can look at all the things here. So one thing I want to show you guys really quickly is a lot of the stuff you see here, right, are complete failures, right? So many of these ideas I had just completely failed over and over and over again. I failed, but I kept trying to figure things out. Like, I kept getting better at stuff. I kept looking at things. So recently, I built out one of these lead magnets. So basically, right before I bought JVZoo, I wanted to basically create a mastermind of people to help them run ads, right? And I got it completely wrong, right? So what I did is I got it completely wrong, and I did perform pretty well. So, like, I'll show you here. Like, I basically, I don't know why that's giving me weird data, but we run a lot of traffic at this. we actually did pretty good. I think, let me see if I can get a good time frame on this kind of stuff. And we got a bunch of leads, but we didn't make a bunch of sales. Like that's what really happened, right? So let me see if I can do, why is that so bad? Let me just see what I can do from March the 1st. This is like one of the only things I hate about Convertri is that they have a weird date thing. All right, cool. So like if you look here, like, you know, we had a pretty good run here and we got a bunch of leads in. These views are kind of weird, but this is kind of where we were at on leads that were coming in. A lot of desktop stuff. And we did pretty good. Like the leads were coming in, but we never, ever crushed like the offer. So we failed a lot. So we had to go back to optimizing. Like even though the lead stuff was doing really well, the offer wasn't performing the way that we wanted it, right? So we had to go back to the drawing board and we had to really kind of develop a better understanding, a better kind of flow to that side of stuff. So what we have to continually do is we got to continually optimize and make changes. Now, a couple of things that you got to understand is understanding the data. So the clicks that come in, the conversion rate that comes in, and all that stuff. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick a couple of things here really quickly. So making sure you understand the numbers, right? And don't believe all the stuff the gurus on Facebook, let me just say on social media say, right? So let me ask you this question here and put your answer in the chat box, right? If I said to you, what do you believe is the average conversion rate of a top performing offer for paid traffic? What do you think those is? So you'll have three options here, right? So let me say that to you again. So here it is. If I'm spending millions and millions of dollars every day, right? I'm spending millions and millions of dollars every day, and I have an offer, $100 offer. What do you think that offer needs to convert at, right? To be one of the best converting offers in the industry, right? I'm just talking kind of biz op, kind of coaching, maybe health as well, right? So here are the numbers that you can pick from, and I'd love for you to drop it in the chat box. So the first one is 23%. Second one is 3%. And then the next one is 45%. Right? Out of these three numbers, which one do you think that I need to convert? So what I'm saying, for every 100 people, right? For every 100 people that 23 would buy, for every 100 people, 3 would buy, and then for every 100 people, 45 people will buy. Like, and I'm spending millions a day. Here we go. Okay, perfect. So we have a bunch of answers in here. All right, so more still coming in. I'm gonna let everyone try to answer here because I think it's important for people, because it doesn't matter what you put in. It doesn't matter. But you're here to learn. It doesn't matter, not one bit. It does not matter what you think the number is, because I'll tell you and I'll go through and I'll explain. All right, perfect. So we've got a bunch of what I call the right. Yep, perfect. Yep, perfect. Okay, great. So this is paid traffic. And the answer to this is 3%, right? So if I'm spending millions of dollars a day, which I've done, right, on paid traffic, a 3% conversion rate is probably in the top 1 to 2% of offers online, hands down. So that means, right, that the 97% of maybe leads or clicks don't buy, right? They just don't buy, right? So I'll tell you this number a lot of time won't even be clicks. A lot of the time this would be leads. So you could have, and then let me ask you the next question, and I'll put three more numbers. If you're running a free offer, not a paid offer, out of these numbers, what do you think 100 clicks should convert at for you to collect the email? All right, 80%, 30%, 2%, right? And this is to collect an email. All right. So like that's it. Camilla, I'll actually come to that question. This is super honest in a sec. So this is a collecting an email address. So if 100 people came and I was giving away a free report or a free thing, how many of those people should give me an email address? Okay, perfect. Some good answers coming in. A good mixed bag here. Perfect. So perfect. So I'm getting free. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much for being interactive. I love it. 30. So 30% is going to be kind of the benchmark. I can live with 22, 23% if my cost is good, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to be building your list. So that's kind of the main thing here that we kind of want to realize, right? So 30%. So after 100 clicks, you want about 30%. So you want about 30 emails per 100 clicks to come in, and that's a good conversion rate. And then what will happen is out of those 30 people, only 3 to maybe 5% of those people then will buy something on top of that. So when you really look at the click ratio to the buy ratio, it's more like 1%. When you look at the lead ratio to the buy ratio, it's 3% to 5%. And then from free, from click to just email address, it's 30. All right. So 3 and 30 is fantastic. It's perfect, right? 3 and 30. So it's easy because it's 3 and 3, right? So you just want 10 times more leads, than conversions. All right. So now knowing those numbers, you can optimize from that. Okay. So I'm just going to put you benchmark numbers. 30% click to lead, email address, then 3% lead to buyer conversion. Does that make sense for everyone here? Is that good? Is that a good one in the doc? Does that make sense to you guys in the doc? Kind of that will re-jog your memory on that stuff. Okay, perfect. So one of the things here now that you want to kind of realize. So when I'm looking to promote something on the network, I'm very much looking for something that's converting over 3%. Anything at 5 or 6%, it's something I want to pick up and send to my list. Do you mean? Yeah, for every visit, 100 visits. 100 visits, right? Yeah, perfect. So, 1,000 visits, you'd want basically 30 buyers, all that good stuff from there. Does that make sense? And then, okay, so a couple of questions came in that I do want to answer. So Camilla, good question here. So now I own JVZoo, I can kind of give you a little bit of insight, and then a little bit of another round robin. Okay, so here's some answers I would like. So on average on JVZoo, so this is the only data set I know, how many times do you think a potential customer comes to a sales page, right, before they buy? Here's the thing. 2 times, 23 times, 9 times. How many times do you think it takes for someone to come to the page and buy? Average. So, and this is some big launches, all right? Well, everyone's on top of their game on this one. That's right. So at least 9, right? And this is affiliate traffic too. So affiliate traffic is normally known as a warmer traffic than like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, and things like that. So it's a warmer traffic. So a lot of times, on Google or Facebook, people are coming back 10, 12, 30 times. I do know that I've seen people come back up to 50 times on the network. So one of the big reasons I told you guys to collect the lead and generate a squeeze page before sending them to your affiliate link is And yes, Michael, this is Google and Facebook customer kind of stuff too. So what I'm doing is, or what I did is I built my list using Facebook ads and Google ads and put those people on my list, and then I would mail offers from there, right? So one of the big reasons I keep telling you guys not to maybe run ads directly to your link and maybe build a list is because, you know, if a click costs you $1, say a click costs you $1, most of the time it'll cost you a little bit more, then you know you need to pay on average $9 before someone will buy, right? So if you were trying to send, so say let's do this off 100 clicks. So if you do 100 clicks, right? 100 clicks, and each click costs $1, right? And you will need 900 clicks to, to 100 people, like 900 clicks, which would cost $900, right? And only 3% of the 100 would buy. So then you would only make 3 sales. You would need to make $1,000 in commissions to be profitable, right? There's not that many offers doing free $333 average cart value. Does that make sense? So, but if, and I can clean this up in a second for you guys so you have this doc. If I use a landing page, right, and I send 100 clicks, now most people will often want, the first time they see something, they'll give you an email, maybe 2, right, average. 100 clicks costs $100, right? $100. Then I get 30 leads, right? So that's 100 divided by 3. No, that's a lie. That's by 30. Sorry, 100 divided by 30. I can't math today. 30. That's $3 a lead, right? Equals $3.30 cost per lead, right? Now, basically, what's going to happen here now is that out of those 30 leads, let's just say 3% convert. Really on leads, it's going to be 5, right? So that's going to be 1.5 sales, right? Then you need on 100, right, 1.5, you need the average cart to be 71. Now, does that make sense? How many? I'll go back over this too. Does that make sense? Why we want to create landing pages and collect the leads? Because there's a beauty to this, right? When you promote the next offer, right, you already have 30 leads that you don't have to pay for again, right? So next week or this week, so 1.5 sales is basically 5%. So let me just do that. 30 leads, 5% conversion rate on 30 leads is 1.5 sales. Is that right? That's the right math, right? Because 10% would be 3, 5 is half of 10. 1. That's how I do math in my head. I'm dyslexic. I'm not even joking about dyslexic. I am dyslexic. But I know how to follow math. So what happens then next time you have 30 leads that you don't have to repay for, right? So even though, say for example, right, that the average cart year needs to be 71. So say that you only make $50 a cart. So you make 1.5 sales, so you make $75, right? So you lose $25. What you do the next week is you mail the 30 leads, it converts again at 5%. Say the cart's at 50 again, you make another 75. Now you're $50 up. Now it might take a week for it to come back and make money, but you're okay with that. Then you take the $100 that you made back, keep the 25 or the 50 you made, put that in the bank, then spend another $100 and get 30 leads. Now you got 60 leads, right? And say you have 7 people unsubscribed, so you've only got 50 now, right? Now you have the next week you have 50 leads. So now you have 50 leads converted to 5%, right? 5%, right? See how this compounds, right? 50 leads convert to 5%. So that's 2.5 sales at $50 average cart value, ACV, right? That equals 100, 125, right? Now you're already up $25 off the 100 you spent this week, right? So it compounds. So you don't need to spend much every week to constantly add people to your list, right? So now, does that make sense? So now you have 50 leads, right? And then you spend another 100. Now you have, say, 70 leads, right? So you only have 70, right? But you've only spent 100 again. Now you have 70 leads with the 1.5. Does that make sense? You see how like you see how like a lot of people on Facebook, Instagram, these ads you see, they kind of sell you that you're going to get results straight away. Doesn't work like that. It's a lot of letting your efforts compound. Does that make sense? I know this is kind of complicated. I don't want to lose people because it's a little bit over the head, because if it was easy, a lot of people would do this, right? So that's what it is. It's all about compounding. So when you kind of come out of the gate, here, you're gonna stumble and fall, right? It's kind of like how they say, right? When you go into the casino, only gamble with money that you can afford to lose, right? Like, how many people here genuinely, put one in the chat box, if you can commit to 4 hours a week and $100 in investing in this side hustle? Do you mean? Like, yeah, so Alex kind of nails it. The bottom line is how to cash flow building profitable list, 100%. Okay, Michael, yeah, love it. Yeah, and that's what it is, right? It really is. And look, you give me an hour here, right? Like, you give me an hour here, and maybe next week on this call, we all just build a landing page. So next week, there's pre-training, because I'll go through it, right? Like, yeah, so 100, I would think it would be 100 a week. But remember this, Horace. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, Horace. Remember this. It's 100 a week, but by week 3 or 4, that 100 is getting replenished by the results you're getting. So the initial investment is probably $200, but by week 3, you'll make $125. So you keep 100, you put that back into ads, and then the 25 is adding back to give you kind of, so now you're only 175 down. And then the next week, you make, $175, right? So you keep 100 to put back into ads. Now the 200 you originally invested, you only have 100 left to pay off. Does that make sense? That's the kind of key that I'm trying to think here. Is that the first 2 or 3 weeks, you're down 200. Then the following 6 weeks, you're paying back off the 200 in slow increments. And then by week 8, right? Because things take time, you're profitable every week. And now you can start reinvesting 50% of all the profit back into stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's the key. No. So Shani asked me, do we need to have multiple domains? No, I use one single domain for everything. So I have the launchexpress.com. I built everything off that. All review pages, all landing pages, all squeeze pages. It doesn't need to be a fancy domain because you're not trying to do SEO. You're not trying to do that kind of stuff. Do you mean? That's kind of the thing. So what I'm thinking is, I'm seeing that. Yeah, it's a numbers game. It's a time game, right? Like, it's all that kind of stuff. It's, that's kind of how it is, right? Like it's with everything in life, right? Like if you want to play a sport, you have to put time and probably coaching and effort. So you're investing money in before you see any rewards because you've got to get the basics down. Um, like so that's kind of it. So like what I'm thinking is next week, um, let's maybe do where we actually build a landing page for Nicholas's offer. Um, or another offer that we can pick in your niche, we can do together. How many people you have a page builder? How many people you have a page builder that they can use? Um, I do. Okay, just put one. Yeah, put one in the chat box. Yeah. Okay, one, two, and let me know in the chat box too. Excuse me. Hang on. Sorry, a little bit of allergies here. Yeah, I can do also. Yeah, also do. Okay, cool. And then let me know in the chat box what you have. Like what do you use to build landing pages, just so I can kind of know and make sure that I'm familiar with that program too. Okay, Divi, that's fine. Systems.io. I think a friend of mine uses System.io. Go high level. Yeah, perfect system. A lot of people use Systems.io. I mean, System.io just go high level. Is it just a go high level? So many people have go high level. I always think go high level is the hardest one. Like this is one. I got some really good ones too. Let me find some good ones here as well. This is a good one. I think this is in a doc too. Let me have a look if it's in the document. Let me just go back up here. Um, Here we go. I think it was Shani that asked this. So Shani, here we go. So if you go to the document, there's an example of a landing page here, and you can go into that funnel and kind of see it from there. And we can kind of go through this and we'll build one together um, from that set of stuff. So one of the big things we'll do, and I kind of show you here. Let me just show you here real quick the process we'll go through next week, and then we'll talk about the number. But the main thing this week was just making sure you understood the numbers and the compound of it and the conversions and understanding that and getting it right. Okay, like it takes some time. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're not going to just spend $100 or whatever and not see results. We're going to spend $5 to $10 a day, and by day two we'd want to see good results, like maybe a lead or something from there, and we'll get that set up. But it might be a little bit of a process. Does that make sense? Um, so I really, really want to achieve that. So that's going to be really, really important for me. And this is one of the reasons I like Convertry is if I want to make a new page, I can come in here, I can go to, this, and let's say opt-in page, single step, and they've got some nice templates that I can already edit and work with like straight away. So this is like a perfect one, right? So let's preview this one. This is a really good one, right? Because it's very similar to one I know that crushes. And then all I have to come do is change the image. Bam. Does that make sense? That's why I like it. I haven't used Go High Level enough because I kind of was already in the game. Um, yeah, like I mean, I'll tell you this. Let me have a look here. Perfect. Oh, Camilla, are you okay? Sorry, I brought this up. Camilla, are you okay for me to critique this like right now? Are you okay for me to do it with the group? Super easy. Like if you're good with that, I'd love to. Landing page part image from perfect. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go through that now, Michael. Pivot, Camilla, this is great. If you're good with it, Camilla, pivot. Hopefully that okay is okay. So Camilla just sent me this. She's on it, right? So I kind of like this too. Go ACI. So learn how many accounts made 30,000 a month with Instagram University with one Instagram theme page. So this is great, right? So what I would do here, Camilla, and we can kind of so what I would kind of do here is I would kind of use maybe a similar color to what Nicholas has here because it just makes it easy to go from one page to the other. So what I would do is, what I might do here is, I might take a red. So one cool thing you can do here is you can go to the Chrome store, if you guys use Chrome, right? And why didn't I just go to Chrome store? I went to the dev console, which is even worse. Sorry, jumping around. Chrome store, mine is a little slow. Dude, where the hell is the search button here these days? I use ChatGPT for everything now. All right, privacy collection search. You have this color picker, right? Extension. So you can like add it to Chrome, super easy. I don't know why it got deleted off mine. All right, you guys can still hear me? You guys can still hear me, right? Super weird thing. Yeah, okay, sweet. Okay, sorry. Perfect. So this is in my Chrome store. Let me just pin it. So what I can tend to do, Camilla, and Camilla, if you need anything, just tell me to stop, okay? So when I come here, I click this color picker, and then I can basically, I think it's here. I think it's the eyedropper thing. Site colors. Okay, so normally what it'll do is it'll tell me what the site colors are. So I'm gonna have to find a different one. Like there's one where basically you can just click like this. This obviously failed me. Don't pick this one. This one sucks. But yeah, you can basically hover over and it'll give you the color, right? Perfect. Camilla has a color picker, right? So find one that actually works. You might have to go through. You might have to go through the whole process, and then that's what I would do. So I would get that first, and then what I would do is I would scroll down here, Camilla, and I would maybe grab like one of these screenshots. So you can just right click, save image, and then MF proof. As you can see, it saves down. I click here, and then I have the proof, right? So it's like, this is it. And then he has all the money proof. So what I would use, I use one of those, maybe like how he has it here. So what I would do is, I would basically get a pre-headline, kind of like how he has it here. Like I would maybe do, and I'm going to type it to you, Camilla, right here in the box, right? So I'm going to type it to you right here. Just so I'm going to send it all. So Camilla, I just send you like a pre-headline. So this up here. So what I would do is I would put a pre-headline at the top. I would get rid of the logo. I would kill this because it's like the main real estate stuff on there. And then I would then make a pre-headline like this, right? So make it like yellow, or if it's on the white background, make it like the red text or something. And then I would take this headline, how Nicholas makes 30,000 per month with one Instagram theme page, right? And then I would just shorten that off, and then shorten that off. And then what I would do, Camilla, familiar to Nicholas. And then what I would do is, I would go to ChatGPT, right? And I would say, hey, ChatGPT, can you give me 200 Instagram post ideas, right? So what I would develop then, yes, we are allowed to use product testimonials and social proof. Most vendors will let you grab that stuff, right? This must have been, no, wait, so I'll stop this. So, my Instagram page that is all about money. Okay, so what I would do then, Camilla, I would basically, like, basically add your bonus, which would be 100 Instagram posts type, so like types of posts, that you can create to build a following fast. And then what you would do is you would make a document. So you would take these and just like maybe ask ChatGPT to make it like a pretty infographic or something that you can share as a PDF. And then you would basically say, kind of like how this person has, it's like, enter your email to grab this new, enter your email below to grab, Instagram University, plus instantly receive 200 post ideas to, to instantly grow your Instagram, right? And then you would send that to them via an email out of your, like Michael says, it's getaway templates in Canva. And then you would send that through the email. So when they enter that email, you would set up an autoresponder. What email system do you use, Camilla? Like GetResponse, ActiveCampaign? What do you use? Anything in particular? Pivot. And then so that's what I would do on this page. And then one thing I would try to do, that the only critique I would have of this page is that the opt-in box is below the fold. So okay, perfect. So if they have an go high level as an autoresponder, so I don't go high level as an autoresponder and stuff like that. So that's go high level is good for that type of stuff. Actually, it's all in one. So that's pretty solid. So that's what I would do here. I would just have this box above the fold. So like when I run like this, see here how everything is. I don't even need to scroll here to do all the actions. Does that make sense? And then what I would do then is, this is perfect. I think I would just take most of this off. Because you just don't want them to scroll. And if they do scroll, like you said, you've got all this here. So what I would do is I would just keep the top part like this, super short, from there, and do that kind of thing. So like one cool thing, can you guys see my screen and see me at the same time? Can you guys see me and the screen at the same time? Yeah. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot like an ad that I would use. So like, here's my camera, right? And I'll try to send you the ad somehow. So here's my camera. You see me here right on my camera. So what I would do is, one of the things, and I'm going to shoot the ad right here now. So like basically what I'm going to do is like, hey, let me show you how you can make $30,000 a month with just one simple Instagram page. I can show you with the help of Nicholas on how to create a page on Instagram so you can get paid $30,000 a month just to scroll through Instagram. So instead of being a consumer, you are a vendor of Instagram. Get Instagram University today, click the link below, and I'll send you 200 post ideas to get you started for free. So that's what I did. So I just shot this ad right now, and all I did was scroll the page, right? That's it. And then I just talked over it, and I just shoot so many of those over and over and over and over again. So let me see if I can get this into the doc somehow. That was kind of off the cuff ad, so it's kind of difficult to make a good one. I would test it a bunch of those. But that's how easy it is to make ads. Does that make sense? Like, you can make ads so quick by just like grabbing your phone and just filming the sales page here. Does that make sense? And then you can use those. So Camilla, I would use that like on Instagram ads or like Facebook ads or anything like that. Does that make sense? Yes. So yes, Johnny. So you would kind of create a landing page that looks kind of similar to the page you're sending them to. So here, Authority AI doesn't do that. He kind of has his own brand, but I like the consistency when I'm starting out, because I think the page he directs to here will take me to like a light page as well, and so it doesn't kind of fit the same. But I like to just keep it very light. I don't like the dark colors. I don't think they perform as well. I like to have black text on white. I've tested that; it performs the best from there. So like that's kind of how I do it on that side of stuff. So I just want to come back to this doc and make sure that I put everything in here. Make sure you try replicate colors and font for your landing page. Use proof testimonials. The offer you are going to promote. Easily shoot ads for Facebook ads and YouTube Shorts using your phone. Here is an example of an ad I shot live on this call. Then I'll do drive. Later, can't even. One thing I can. Oh, yeah, my drive's full. But let me just file upload something real quick. All right, questions. Someone, have you shared everything that we need for tracking our campaigns? You showed last week in Google Ads tracking template section. Is that enough? So one of the things you do, yeah. So one of the things in Google, which we can go through next week, is what you want to make sure is that when you get leads, that you're letting Facebook and that know that you're triggering off this stuff. So what I might do next week, if he's available, I might have my friend Alex, who's like an absolute god, come in and help show you a little bit of tracking stuff, just to help you guys get set up a little bit with Google and definitely Facebook. So that's like kind of one of the things that I do. So someone just mentioned to me if I was starting out, like what type of domain that I would get. So one of the things I would maybe look for, I would probably go to Namecheap, right? And I would basically okay, am I back? I think my internet dropped out for like 3 seconds and now I'm back. Hopefully I'm gonna wait for people to let me know they can see me and hear me. That was probably a delay. Larry, this one. Really, you're back. Okay, sweet. Sorry. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it. All right, I'm back. And there's probably a bit of a delay, but now on Namecheap is I basically would tackle this a little bit in niche specific. So if I was going to do AI, like the AI guy has authority.ai. Here, I might get like money focus reviews. Like maybe that's what I would do. Money focus reviews. Like if I was going to review products or do something like that. Do you know what I mean? No, because I don't think Convision does email. So here's one. Moneyfocusreviews.com is $10.28 a year. So that's a decent domain that I would get if I was starting out. Like Money Focus Reviews. I mean, the only issue here is money can sometimes be put into spam. So sending emails from this domain might be tricky. So what I might change that to, set up for success.com. So I might even just say set up for success AI bot. I mean, I don't care. IO is another one. Inc. I mean, you kind of, yeah, like DKI on an SPF is a must. Alex is 100% right. So that's what I would do. I just kind of go through here. One cool thing about Namecheap, they have this like generator. So you can put a bunch of keywords in there that you think fit your brand. So Shani, what I do, multiple offers. I just make different landing pages. Yeah, I just create different pages. So it'd be like the Launch Express slash Nicholas Instagram, Launch Express slash Ty Lopez, Launch Express slash Namecheap. I just make different landing pages for each person, for each one. from there. It's super easy. Any other questions before we wrap this session up? Because I'm excited for the next session. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to go to webinar, right? Michael's initials and three letters works easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. I'm going to go this. I'm going to go copy webinar. We'll do week 4. And do next. If you can't afford a landing page builder, you can't afford to basically. A side hustle is going to cost you a minimum $250 to $300 a month just in tools long term. So like Go High Level, I think right now is like $97 a month. I know there's different levels. If you can't spend $100 in Go High Level right now, or 67 for Convertri, I would tell you, and I want to be honest, I would tell you to go and find a job that gets you in a position where you can maybe have a little bit of money to start your side hustle, right? Like I tell people all the time, like if you're not, some people will come to me and say, hey, how to make $2,000 a month quickly, and I just tell people, go make a job, like go get a job. Like if you really need $2,000 right now to pay for stuff, go and get a job. But if you can't afford like $100 here, $200 there, and following this guidance, like by week 3 or 4, by the end of the month, we'd be on track to have a way to pay that back and then compound down, like we talked about today. That's my true thought advice. I like to be upfront and honest. I started this business when I was working a full-time job at a marketing agency. So I was kind of in that space, but I would go home and work, and I would use a lot of that money to buy my own landing page, my autoresponder, and I'd spend $50 on that stuff. Do you mean? I like Aweber, Active Campaign. Those are good. They're good places to use. Get Response. They're cheap. A lot of them offer free trials or free accounts up to 500 subscribers. So I think Aweber offers that. I think it's super cheap. I think Aweber actually offers like you can build landing pages in Aweber too, and I think it's like $9 a month. So that's one right there too. So let me know if you guys have any other questions right now. I'll try and answer them all before we kind of wrap up here. I think my internet connection is going down because the weather's